Hey everyone, this is review number 13. Number 13, y'all. We are on a roll, and I thank God. I thank Him. And so, for you that are new to this channel, my name is Tamara, and I am the paper and pen girl. These videos that I'm sharing with you are sharing my journey to try to read the Bible in a year. It will take me a little bit longer than a year because I'm living my life along the way. And it has a lot of things going on in it. So I'm doing the best that I think that I can do. Now, I hope that these reviews will be inspiring and helpful towards you to keep on going, keep on pushing to do your best. In this review, we're going to go through the book of Numbers, starting with Numbers 33, where we left off from the last video. If you find this video or any of my other videos, which are planner related videos, DIYs, other inspirational videos on my channel, please hit that subscribe button. Leave me a message down in the comment box. I do love to hear from you all, knowing that my videos are being viewed and making an impact, encouraging someone to know that if this simple girl can attempt this and even do it in a little more than a year, then you can do it as well. The Lord has great things in store for us, and I don't want any of us to miss out on that greatness. So let's get started. Numbers 33, we see, is a record of the children of Israel's journey from Egypt all the way to the promised land. And Aaron was 123 years old when he died. And this was an amazing thing. I loved the recap, the whole recap. So please make sure that you're reading that. And I think you'll be blessed by it. I have a note for myself to check verses 55 and 56. So maybe you can read that to see what verses 55 and 56 say. Numbers 34 outline the borders of the promised land. Men of each tribe were chosen to divide the land according to God's instructions. Now, what I also want you to remember is that even though we're going through this, Moses has already passed, but a lot of this is confirmation. So it is, the Bible confirms itself, right? And so you'll have information listed over and over again. So some of this is listed more than once. Numbers 35, it has statutes for judgment. The Levites were to be given a place to live per the instructions of God, of course, including the cities of refuge for the manslayers. Now, that is an interesting thing to read. Very fair. There were 6 cities, 3 on each side, to be cities of refuge. This is where everyone could run to for refuge if the revenger of blood was chasing them, which is, I did something wrong and someone is chasing me. They're out to kill me and take my life. They can run here for refuge. God gave specific instructions for this. This city was not intended for murderers who set out to kill someone to come and get refuge. I suggest you read this because I thought this was definitely fair. I have a little sticky note here and it says chased you as bees do. And so I'm not sure what that is about, but it was funny. I know it was funny because I wrote it down. So it was funny. So I think that was for Numbers 35. So please make sure that you read that. Probably if it was the revenger of blood chasing you as bees do. That's funny. Okay, all right, let's get back. My sense of humor is kind of warped and corny. Numbers 36, we see, goes over the daughter of Zelophehad. where he passed with no sons. The daughters got the inheritance, so it went over that, and also talked about who they could marry, where they needed to marry from their tribe, so that the inheritance was kept in the tribe, which I think was smart and fair, because if they married from another tribe, that other tribe would inherit now their possession and their land. So they're like, no, let's keep it all in the tribe. So I thought that was fair. We start Deuteronomy right after Numbers 36. We go into Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy 1 to verse 4 stated a lot of the same things, so I combined that reading together. Deuteronomy 1 to 4, it restated the experience of the journey from beginning to end. Verse 40 in chapter 4, it says, "Keep the statutes of the Lord thy God, that it may go well with thee and thy children. Prolong your days upon the earth." You can read that, Deuteronomy 4 verses 4 to 10. Also gives a warning to keep the statutes. So make sure that you're reading the Deuteronomy. I think Deuteronomy is a beautiful, beautiful chapter that anyone should read. We have Deuteronomy 5 to 6, and it's the 10 Commandment was restated here. More history was stated. This is where the people said, all that the Lord has said we shall do. And the Lord's response was, only if they had a heart to obey. Only if you had a heart to obey. So let this be our prayer. Lord, our God, please give us a heart to obey you. To obey is better than to sacrifice. So that was a serious one for me. Now we have Deuteronomy. Okay, so I don't have to move that. Good deal. I was trying to be cute with the deco. Deuteronomy 8, it says, "Do not forget the Lord in your increase, thinking you are getting these things by your own hands." So we have to be careful not to forget that it is the Lord whose hands has given these things to us. We might be the one that is doing the manual physical labor, but it's the Lord who gave you the strength, the ability, and the opportunity to be able to do those things. So the Lord has to be able to get the glory from it. If you forget God, you will perish. And that's one of those Bible promises. So you have to make sure that you are not forgetting the Lord so that you do not perish. That was serious. Now we have verse 18. It says, "Thou shalt remember the Lord thy God, for it is he that giveth thee power to get wealth, that he may establish his covenant, which he sware unto thy father as to this day." So we have to make sure that we serve the Lord and obey the covenants if we want to be established, right? If we want to get power and wealth, because that's the only way that we're going to really get that. Also, we see Deuteronomy 9, and it says, verse 12, "What doth the Lord require of thee? Right? But to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul, to keep the commandments of the Lord and his statutes." That's Deuteronomy. That sums it all up. Verses 12 and 13 sums it all up for us. So let us be careful to do what Deuteronomy 9 verses 12 and 13 says. Also, we see here the Lord doesn't give us anything because of our own righteousness, but because of his own righteousness, because he is righteous. We are all a stiff-necked people, and there's nothing righteous about us on our own by ourselves. We see where Moses was a strong intercessor on the people's behalf. He also bore the weight of their sins and fasted and interceded for the people. So let us begin to be strong intercessors who ask God to give us a heart to obey him, who will in fact do Deuteronomy 9 verses 12 and 13. So thank you all for being with me on this review number 13. I will be back for review number 14, where we will go through Deuteronomy 11 as well, because yeah, we're going to pick back up on Deuteronomy 11 because 9 and 10 was pretty much the same things. I will see you all on the next review, and thanks so much for your support and taking the time to watch. Bye-bye.